Alright, so for my Africa project, I did Rwanda. Next slide. So here's the Africa handout right here. Really? So next slide. Alright, so the physical geography. Its climate is tropical savanna, and on the left side it's mostly mountainous, and on the right side it's mostly like savanna, plains, and what else, and swamps. And right here on the left side, the biggest lake is called Lake Kivu, which is the satellite image of Rwanda, and the highest mountain is, it's a Mount Karisimbi, right there. It's the highest point. All right, next slide. So Rwandan foods, one to the left is just called Iberio, which is pretty much just Rwandan French fries, because they just have a large supply of potatoes. And the one on the right is a gato, and it's just a blend of plantains, like spices and meat. Next slide. It's a pretty weird tradition. For the first one is people eat steak and drink milk at the same time, because that they think if milk and meat were taken simultaneously, the cow would be affected. That's all I got off that one. And the next one is a child naming ceremony where they get all their family members, like their cousins and everything, and they just pretty much announce the baby's name to the public. Next slide. For entertainment, they like playing soccer, and they also love music. Just out in the streets, you'll just hear them playing music out in the streets. So next slide. Just a few resources is the golden tin and the arable land. And about 90% of the population, they're working on the arable land. Next slide. Two problems facing Rwanda is just a lack of access to the Indian Ocean, and also just a lack of like farming land too, because like what I said, the left side of Rwanda, just a bunch of mountains, and the right, they only have the right side, and it's a small country for all the farming land. So next slide. And the history. So after World War I, two ethnic groups called the Hutus and the Tutsi just broke into arguments between each other, which quickly exploded into violence between those two groups, with the Hutus being 80% of the population and the Tutsi being about 15% of the population. The Hutus ended up slaughtering over 800,000 Tutsi members, which leading the rest of them to flood to Uganda. Next slide. There's a bibliography right here, where you everything. And last slide. The end.
That was probably better than mine.